The Sports Talk Recruiting Report is sponsored by Seawell's Catering.
All right, let's give you the recruiting report tonight here on Sports Talk. It's brought to you by Seawell's. I had the good fortune of going to Seawell's for lunch today after finishing up over at USC. I think I was the last one to go through the buffet line, which is ordinarily not good planning. You don't want to be last in a buffet line. However, not the case at Seawell's. Plenty of food, delicious barbecue chicken. I went with the chicken over the fish and the lasagna, topped it with some green beans and some mashed potatoes, along with a wonderful salad, and capped it with some banana pudding. Not to mention having a full pitcher of unsweet iced tea at my disposal. How about that, Chris?
Up in the South and you drink unsweetened tea? What's wrong with you?
Well, I'm just trying to keep this body looking good. You know.
Well, maybe cut back on the mashed potatoes. Throw some sugar in your tea. Be a real Southerner. Come on.
That's true. I guess the mashed potatoes offset the no sugar in the tea. All right, and they continue tomorrow. We got a big Thursday, big Friday at Seawell's, do we not?
Yeah, we do. Southern fried chicken, meatloaf, and shrimp Alfredo.
Meatloaf?
Yeah, and then Friday is a roast beef Friday, and there are hot chicken wings, honey barbecue chicken wings, and baked flounder fillets.
Got a chance to talk to Cal Sewell. Want to remind everybody about parking for USC football games. They had a bunch of folks parked for that soccer game. And now reminding folks they still have some spots available for USC football. So if you're looking for a place to nail down your parking, Sewell's is a great location. Very easy walk to the stadium. 803-771-7385 or email them at sewellscatering@gmail.com. Sewell's
ask him if they're going to put their logo at
gmail.com.
You're going to put their logo at Williams-Brice Stadium? Are they going to be the field sponsor? I think that's a natural fit for Sewell's.
I think so, too, but
Apparently, Tennessee has their new sponsor. They're going to put the Pilot gas station on their field.
Well, that's good because you can't go to Knoxville without leaving with some gas.
End up flying jet.
You'll naturally leave with gas when you go to Knoxville. Okay, and a reminder for those events, those special events coming up in the fall, let Sewell's handle that catering. 803-771-7385 is the number. Checked in on a big-time prospect in the state in the 26th class, Zion Giles, 6'5", 290, comes from Carver's Bay. And we know Carver's Bay has put out some football players, haven't they? They have
just a couple.
Produced some big-time players. He's the next one to come out of there. He really put in the work. He grew from 250 to 290. He went to as many camps as he could. He's been blowing up. Clemson, USC, Georgia, Tennessee, Auburn, Florida State, NC State, North Carolina, Duke, Miami, and Wake Forest among his offers. He is about 50-50 with South Carolina and Clemson right now. Really, Clemson, he's been going there for a lot of years. And he said the Clemson staff, they've known him since he was basically a toddler, young kid. Been to a lot of their camps, and he said he really showed out in their camp this summer and got the offer. So they've known him a long time. He's got a strong relationship with the Tigers staff. He's talking a lot to offensive line coach Matt Luke at this point. With South Carolina, he is being hit up pretty regularly by Lonnie Teasley quite a bit, the offensive line coach. They talk a lot, and also Sam Survey, who works with the offensive line in recruiting. They talk a lot as well. He also talks a lot to Shane Beamer, he says. So he's getting a strong push from South Carolina. He really likes that family feeling that he gets when he's at South Carolina, so that's a strong appeal for him. He's going to go to a lot of games this season, including those at Clemson, USC, Auburn, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida State, and NC State. Speaking of NC State, you know, they offered USC commitment linebacker Jaquel Holman, and he told a Wolfpack website that he'll probably take an official visit to State September 18th, make that September 28th, and he's down for one with South Carolina on September the 14th. 2026 North Augusta offensive tackle Malcolm Gaston picked up an offer from Florida State, and he plans to attend the Clemson-Georgia game in Atlanta. And as we mentioned last night after recruiting, Ridgeview receiver in the 26 class, Jordan Gidron, was offered by Notre Dame. And there you go. That's the recruiting report tonight, brought to you by Seawells.